Hello and welcome to another video, and today is the day after the 20,000 calorie challenge, which if you saw by the way and you enjoyed, please give this video a like, because I've woken up feeling pretty freaking sorry for myself, and quite frankly it will make me feel better. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Go and watch it because it will make this video make more sense and just give it a little bit more context. Anyway, I thought I'd make this video for two main reasons. Firstly, just to explain how I'm feeling the day after the challenge and basically what eating 20,000 calories does to your body, and secondly, just to give like a little bit of a warning about how misleading photos and videos can be. So let's go. Okay, first things first, how am I feeling? To put it simply in one word, bad. Pretty freaking bad. I've woken up this morning, it's been like almost 4 hours, I still haven't eaten yet. I just feel really sick, like my stomach, I'm not that bad, it's not that bad, but it still feels quite full, but it's more the fact that I just feel really sick. I can't get the pizza and the cheesecake from last night out of my head, so I'm still kind of struggling a little bit. I'm sure as the day goes on, I'll get back to eating normally, but right now, yeah, not feeling my best. In terms of like my actual body, like physically, I mean, you've seen the thumbnail, I imagine. Like, what I did was, yesterday morning, I got a little video of myself, so when I woke up, which was about 7:30 or so, I got a little quick clip of myself to show you my physique. I mean, it's pretty standard for me. Like, I probably ate a little bit less the day before than I would normally, but that's pretty standard for me in the morning. And then what I did to contrast with that is at the end of the day, before I went to bed, after having eaten 20,000 calories, I got another little video of myself just to show you the contrast, and it's pretty freaking crazy. Obviously, what we've learned from that is that eating 20,000 calories in a day makes you unbelievably bloated and feel pretty horrendous. In terms of body weight, again, I weighed myself first thing in the morning, and I was I think 101.7 kilos, which is like 224 pounds. And then I weighed myself before going to bed around like midnight or so, I think, and I was 236 pounds, so like 106.9 kilos. So it's basically a 5.5 kilo or 12 pound increase in the space of one day. In fact, not even one day, like what, 16 hours, which is pretty freaking crazy if you really think about it. So yeah, that's basically what it does. It means that you put on a lot of weight, it means that you are bloated, it means you feel really, really crap. Now, those are all short-term things, right? So if you were, like, I've done that challenge as a one-off. Obviously, I'm not doing it all the time, so it is a one-off, and so therefore, you can probably, although it's not great for you, you can get away with it, and there's not going to be any kind of far-reaching issues. If you were to do that consistently, like some people do, eat a lot of food every day and a lot of crap every day, then obviously that's when you're going to get obviously health risks and risks of diseases and obesity, and you're going to be a mess basically. So that is where the risk is going to be, but as a one-off, it's not going to do too much damage. It's just obviously you can have a few days of feeling pretty crap. And that takes me nicely onto my second point, and that is that you have to be very careful in terms of how you interpret pictures and videos that you see on the internet. So the thumbnail for this video is a perfect example of that, right? What you can see in the thumbnail is a picture of me in the morning and a picture of me in the evening, and it's on the same day. It's in the space of like 16 hours, and yet they look vastly different, right? I've tried to be consistent in terms of where I took the picture and the lighting and even what I'm wearing and stuff, but still they look very, very different. Now, I could market that, I could reverse those pictures and say, look, I've been doing my 3-month training program and look how shredded I've got, look how bad I was at the start and look how good I am now. Like, you can do that, and there probably are people out there that do it. The point is that you can not manipulate, but you can make things look a particular way just from the way you present stuff, you know. So the point is that in those two pictures, my body composition is identical. Like, the only difference is that I'm really, really bloated, I'm full of water and full of crap, but in terms of the amount of muscle and the amount of body fat I have and my bone, you know, density and whatever, they are identical. I am exactly the same person in those two pictures. It's just different times of the day or different different occasions. So the point is that short-term changes, they're not a good way to gauge your progress. They're not a good reflection of how things are going. Like, if you're trying to cut and you lose loads of weight in a day, it doesn't mean, you know, your cut's going really well and you've lost loads of fat. It means you're dehydrated, pretty simply, you know. If you're trying to bulk up, right, and in the space of a day you put on like 20 pounds, it doesn't mean your bulk's going brilliantly and you've gained loads of muscle. It means, again, you are carrying loads of water. Your body can't make changes, like significant changes to its structure in that short period of time. So anything that happens over a short space of time, you can pretty much disregard it. It is all about like long-term continuity and seeing changes over a long period of time. If you're trying to lose weight, you're much better off, you know, losing say half a pound to a pound a week than losing 5 pounds a week, because that is going to be more sustainable and it's going to be a better reflection of how things are going. That's also reflected in my weight, right? So my 2 weigh-ins. So the fact that I lost like 5.5 kilos or 12 pounds in one day or in the space of 16 hours just shows that those short-term things are very, very misleading. Again, just to stress, my body composition from the first shot to the second shot is identical. I'm the same person, it's just that I'm carrying things temporarily that affect my body weight. So again, if you are bulking or if you are on a diet and your weight fluctuates hugely over the course of a day or even 2 days, don't read into it too much, because your body does crazy things. Like, you go out and spend a day in the sun and you can lose a huge amount of weight. If you don't drink much for a day, you can lose a huge amount of weight. And conversely, if you drink loads or eat loads before a weigh-in, you're obviously going to gain a lot of weight. It doesn't mean you've put on muscle or you've lost muscle or you've put on fat or you've lost fat. It just means you're having temporary fluctuations in your weight and your appearance. So just bear that in mind. Take things with a pinch of salt. Rather than stressing out about what things are like at that very second, take a step back and look at things like in the bigger picture. Look at how, on a kind of long-term scale, how things are progressing, how things are changing, and that is a much better reflection of how things are going. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just wanted to kind of, inform you how I'm feeling. I'm basically feeling pretty crap. Like, I don't, there's not going to be any kind of long-term, repercussions of doing that challenge. It's not great for you, of course. I definitely wouldn't recommend that you do it, but it was just a one-off. And I mean, my body weight, I've already lost like, I think 5 or 6 pounds overnight from where I was last night, and I'm probably in the next day to 2 days, I'll be back where I normally am. I mean, like I said, I'm not feeling very hungry now, but I'll start eating food fairly soon and start drinking again fairly soon throughout this day. And then I imagine by tomorrow it'll be pretty much back to normal. So that is that in terms of how it's affected me. Just like I said, just beware with what you see on YouTube or on other social media, particularly in terms of like transformation pictures, because they can be so misleading. It's so, I didn't change the lighting and stuff, but even just from changing the lighting and the angle, you can make yourself look vastly, vastly different in no time at all. So just bear that in mind. And that, my friend, is where I'm going to end the video. So I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, and I will see you tomorrow.